Hi, and welcome to this tape on the RBI Industries raised panel door machine, what we call the PanelMASTER II. The easiest way to think of this machine is that it's a horizontal shaper that you have three arbors set up for running your three shaping functions for making raised panel doors on a single shaft. The biggest convenience about this machine is the safety, because as opposed to an ordinary shaper, all of our cutters are fully guarded here, which we'll see later in the tape. Right now, I'd like to point out a few features on the machine, and I'll go through this, and due to the noise of the machine running, we will go through all the features, and then we'll actually run some panels later. Anyway, first thing we have is that the machine is made of 10 and 14 gauge steel construction. You have 10 gauge for your sides, 14 gauge for your end panels, which are basically there to contain the dust inside the cabinet. All the guards are made out of 14 gauge steel. We have a 4-inch dust collector port that is built in as standard on the machine. The machine is also powered by a 5-horse Baldor continuous duty motor. It's a 184T frame that is designed to run continuously 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You'll never have to worry about kicking it off. Another part of the safety design of this machine is the magnetic safety switch, which comes standard. Now, if you're a commercial shop, you're well aware that OSHA requires you to have a magnetic safety switch on all of your machinery. The machine can come either single or 3-phase power. It is your choice. There is no cost difference for the two. But what you have with the magnetic safety switch, if the power should go off, then when the power comes back on, the machine will not start up again. It's a nice space-saving design. Basically, the machine itself only takes up about 6 square feet. You're about 3 feet long by about 2 feet wide on it. And it's a very simple machine. When you get it, basically you take the box off the outside. You have to mount the magnetic safety switch on it, which is 4 nuts that you attach to the back of the switch to hold it in place. And your cutters are already mounted with the machine ready to run. So you're ready to make doors once you get the machine within 5 minutes of unpacking it. Like I said, it's a very simple machine to run. Yes, we're back now. And what I've done is I've repositioned the camera to give you a little better close-up of the actual working surface of the machine. This piece you see right here is our patented style jig, or fixture. It has a replaceable backer block on it. There was also a patented feature on the machine. And this style fixture then rides on top of a machine surface so that as you're running across your style cutters here, it gives you a good square cut. As I mentioned earlier, safety is of paramount importance to us on this machine. Safety-wise, if you've got your block of wood and you're going to clamp it into the style jig, running it across, clamped down, and your operator's hands are here up out of the way. Plus, you also have a spring-loaded guard over this cutter. You also have a spring-loaded guard over your rail cutter. So once again, if a hand should slip, it won't go into your cutters and chew them up, which once again, safety is paramount. Another feature of the quality construction of the machine is the tabletop that you see here, and all the fences are made out of a Mic 6 plate. This is a cast and precision ground aluminum tooling plate. There is nothing that's flatter or more parallel on each side than this particular material. So what you have is the accuracy built into the machine. Now, due to the fact you're working with wood, and occasionally you may get a little bit of bow in your panel, well, we also have spring-loaded fences on both our panel raiser, as you can see here. They will move about a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch, and our rail cutter. What this does is it holds it up, pushes the wood up against your critical fence on each side, so that even if you should have a slight stock variation, it will still be able to run through and give you a good clean cut. The machine is designed so that everything is indexed off of what will be the face of the cabinet. Your style cutter, since it runs on this side of the fence, indexes off the face. Your rail cutter indexes off of your face. Once again, your panel raiser here indexes off of your face. The machine, as I said earlier, basically is a horizontal shaper. You've got your 3 arbors set up inside the machine that are adjustable, and it uses standard 1¼ bore shaper cutters. Now, we provide free-form cutters that are included with the price of the machine, and you have your choice amongst their, I believe there's 12 different profiles of their Pro line. In the future that may change, but at this point in time that's what we're offering with the machine. So like I said, if you've got standard cutters that you want to get mounted on your machine, we can negotiate with that on the price for that, and we will mount them for you. So once again, once you get the machine, all you have to do is simply take the box off the machine, take your magnetic safety switch, take your 4 nuts, mount it, hook it in, tighten them down, and plug the machine in, and you're ready to start making your raised panel doors. You can also use cutters for doing like tongue and groove flooring. This is very simple. Like I said, if you can find a shaper cutter that will fit what you're looking for, it will handle the project. Now, one other thing we've done, you can not only make just raised panel doors with it, you can also expand this out for doing exterior doors. We provide this little custom tool here. So I don't know if you can see this, but we have wing nuts mounted on one side of the fence, whereas you don't see any wing nuts on this side. It's a very difficult task to move your critical fence. We found that if we make it easy to move one fence, that's what the customer will move. If we make it difficult, they will not move the fence that you don't want them to move. So if you want to expand this out, it'll do up to 2-inch stock material for doing your exterior doors. You simply loosen your 4 wing nuts, slide it out, drop your material in to line your cutters up, tighten it down, slide your fence back against it, then simply tighten your wing nuts back up again, and you're ready to go. Total changeover from going from one style of cutters to another will be about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on whether you have a setup piece to help line up your wood when you're ready to go. This is one of the 3 arbors that mount on the machine. It has a 1-inch bore on it that rides on the 1-inch shaft that runs from one side of the machine to the other, and it works just like a normal machine arbor. There is a threaded nut on the end. As I mentioned earlier, also this machine will accommodate cutters to do a full 2-inch doors. That's what these spacers are for. These particular cutters are designed for working a 5/8 and 3/4 inch material. You simply slide off your old cutters, take your new cutters, slide them back onto the arbor, and you would probably set your arbor into a vise to hold it on the flats that you see here. Slide your spacers on for however many you need, depending on, once again, the type of cutters you're using. And then simply tighten this nut down. And then take a wrench once it's snug and finish tightening it down. Because the friction of these is what keeps these cutters from spinning on the shaft just like a normal shaper. The central shaft on here runs at 6,800 RPM. We have a 1725 RPM Baldor motor. As I said before, it's a 5-horse continuous duty rated motor, which then has a large pulley on it, which goes down to a small pulley, so that we're running at 6,800 RPM on our cutters. Most shapers run between 5,000 and 10,000 RPM. Most shaper cutters are designed not to run above 10,000 RPM. So being at 6,800, we're kind of in the middle range there, and it will give you a good finish. All right, we're back. Now we're going to go on and run a panel, and so I'm going to go on and fire the machine up. You won't be able to hear my narration during it, but once I shut the machine off, we'll go back and start talking. finished doing all our shaping cuts. As you saw, the style fixture ran across this machine surface, which gave us a good square end cut that we're looking for. Plus, it prevented the blowout on the back of the wood due to the backer block that we had. Now go on and assemble the carcass that we have. You can see we get a nice flush fit on all of our corners, and we made our door completed in a little over 2 minutes. Alright, next thing we're going to show is how you go about setting up to do arched headers and panels. This is an optional feature on the PanelMASTER II. There are 2 components that allow you to do that. The first is your optional arched header fixture, which is the piece you see here right now. It's got clamps that are adjustable. They're moved in for doing a smaller header now. If you do a larger one, that's what the second set of holes on either side are for. There's 2 screws that mount up in the center, so it automatically self-centers your phenolic template. And then there's an adjustable stop that fits on each one that is adjustable for your different areas. Like this is for a 9.5 to 10.5 inch wide header. Well, then this is slid all the way in for a 9.5 size. If you wanted 10.5, you'd slide it all the way out. If you wanted 10, you would split the difference and put it in the middle. This gives you something to slide your wood up against. There are also 10 different sweeps, the 9.5 being the smallest that you see here, in varying sweeps all the way out to 22 inches that you see here to accommodate your different widths on your cabinets. Now these are the standard sweeps. The templates are the other optional piece that go with it. They're made out of 1/4 inch black phenolic, and this black phenolic is designed to ride up and over the rub bearing that is on your center or rail cut on it. Once again, there's 2 holes, as you see here in the middle. These line up with the 2 holes you see here. Your stop holes are drilled further out, and you have a series of holes machined across the back that you see here that are designed for doing your different sweeps with it, for mounting your stops. This particular one, this has already been cut. We'll show the actual cutting of it later, but it simply mounts in like so. Clamp down, and then you'll open your piece up, which I'll show you in a minute, and we'll go through it from there. So now let me move all this away, make room for what we're going to do here, and I will go through what is involved in setting up for doing your arched headers and panels. First thing you need to do is you have to remove this riser block, because with that riser block in there, it's not going to allow your wood to come down far enough to create your arch. It's in there for doing your straights. So you've got 6 knobs on the bottom. You simply take them off by loosening them again, loosening your top ones. And of course, you've unplugged your machine to start with, or else you've locked it out if it's permanently mounted, because that's a good safety practice, plus it is required by law. This also shows the tapered chute inside. It tapers down for your dust collector. Anyway, there is a 1/4 inch, there's 2 1/4 inch bolts that hold the riser blocks on. Simply loosen them. lock out. Then we'll repeat that process for the other end. Riser blocks out of both ends. Now I'm going to take my special tool like I showed earlier, drop it down on the wing nuts, because this is the fence I want to move, because since I'm trying to put a piece of 5/8 wood, thick wood in there, along with the template and the fixture for holding it, I've got to open my fence out. Now what I've done is I've loosened all 4 wing nuts, and I can now slide this out. What I'll do is take my piece, slide it in here, and then I'm going to slide the fence in against it. While I'm holding the fence against it, I will go on and tighten my wing nuts back up. The pressure against it to make sure it's set properly. Tighten all 4 of them back up. Okay, now I've got the proper setting for my width for running my arch panels through. You can see I've got a good snug fit here between my wood with mounted in the jig and my fences. It'll slide right on out then. So now I'm ready to run my arched headers. Now one thing, you want to go on and rough cut your headers. Using your template, you can mark a pencil line on your headers and use a bandsaw or a scroll saw then to rough them out, or else you could use a router table with a follower bit set up into it. The bearing will then ride along your template here. But you want to rough this out because you don't want to try to hog all this wood out, because that's too much to take at one time. Okay, now we'll get ready to run. We'll actually show the arched header being run and the arch panel itself.
And the fence is adjusted to the right width, except the jig and our rail. We'll go ahead and pass it through.
Well, I hope this has been informative for you on RBI Industries PanelMASTER II raised panel door machine. I hope this has answered some of the questions you might have about it. Like I said, to recap, basically what we have here, it is a horizontal shaper with all 3 of your shaper functions set up, so you're not constantly having to change over a single shaper. Or, if you want to look at it this way, basically you can replace 3 shapers sitting in your shop, because you can get quite a few doors out of this machine in a single day using a single person. It's a very good machine for the schools because once again, the safety aspect, a lot of schools can't have shapers in them anymore. Well, with this machine, they can get them back in. It is a very popular machine with the schools because of the safety. Precision is built into it with the accuracy from the Mike 6 plate to the power of the 5-horse Baldor motor to the safety of the magnetic safety switch. Once again, it's a very compact machine for the small cabinet shop or school that works very well for them. And like I said, if you have any more questions, please feel free to talk to one of our reps. This is from RB Industries. Our address is 1801 Vine Street, Harrisonville, Missouri, 64701. And our phone number is 1-800-487-2623. Feel free to give us a call anytime. Thank you.